Hello YouTube! We're on the Real Programming channel. I'm its host. My name is Andrei. I greet you. This is our first lesson. It's about HTML and PHP MySqL. We will talk about chapter 1, add life to your static pages. It's alive. Just let her tell me I'm boring now. You've been creating great web page with HTML and a sprinkling of CSS, but you noticed that visitors to your site can do much other than passively look at the content on the web pages. The communication's one way and you would like to change that. In fact, you would really like to know what your audience is thinking, but you need to be able to allow users to enter information into a web form so that you can find out what's on their minds. And you need to be able to process the information and have it delivered to you. It sounds as if you are going to need more than HTML to take your site to the next level. HTML is static and boring. HTML is great for creating web pages. That much we already know. But what about when you need web pages that actually do something? Suppose you need to search a database or send an mail. What then? HTML falls short because it's a pretty lifeless language designed for displaying information that never changes. HTML is great if you just want to share a picture of your pet, but not so great if you want to interact with visitors to your site. These people are looking for interaction. The HTML code in these pages is determined when the web developers create the pages. Static HTML pages are only changed when a web developer edits a HTML file and uploads it to their web page server. The web server is limited to serving up one static HTML page after another. With pure HTML web pages, the server simply serves up static HTML that can only display content. The web server's a big part of the problem with lifeless HTML since it serves as nothing more than a boring delivery mechanism. A browser requires the page, the server responds with HTML, end of story. To turn a website into interactive web applications, the web server has to take on a new, more dynamic role, a role made possible by PHP. PHP brings web pages to life with a little help from the server. Okay, with PHP in the mix, the web server is able to dynamically generate HTML web pages on the fly. PHP allows you to manipulate the page content on the server just before a page is delivered to the client browsers. And we bring web pages to life with a little help from the server. It works like this. A PHP script runs on the server and can alter or generate HTML code at will. An HTML web page is still delivered to the browsers, which doesn't know or care that PHP is involved in tweaking the HTML on the server. The HTML code in these pages is generated by PHP and can change dynamically depending on what the web page application is. The browser still receives regular HTML web page, but the code's being dynamically generated by PHP on the server. PHP scripts are stored on the web servers where they are processed and then delivered to the browser as HTML pages. PHP scripts contain both HTML code and PHP script code that determines how the HTML code's manipulated. PHP stores and retrieves data from the database and incorporates the data into the HTML code that is generated. Dynamic HTML pages change in response to programmatic logic in PHP scripts, making them incredibly flexible. Dog in space. Meet Owen. Owen lost his dog, Fang. But finding his dog isn't just a matter of searching the neighborhoods. You see, Fang was abducted by aliens. This expands Owen's search to the entire galaxy. Owen knows some HTML and CSS, and he thinks a custom website may help solve his problem by allowing other people to share their own alien abduction experiences. But to get information from others, Owen's going to need a web form that's capable of receiving user input, lots of it, and notifying him about it. Not a problem, HTML has plenty of text for wiping together web forms. Details are sketchy, but we do know that Fang was whisked into the sky in a beam of light. Owen knows some HTML and CSS and thinks he might be able to use the web to help track down his dog Fang. A form helps Owen get the whole story. Owen's new website, aliensabductedme.com, aims to connect Owen with alien abductees who might be able to shed some light on Fang's disappearance. Owen knows he needs an HTML form to solicit abduction stories from visitors and that it must find out if they will run into Fang during their interstellar journeys. But he needs your help getting it up and running. Here is what he has in mind for the form. Here is the field for the visitor's email address. Owen wants a physical description of the aliens. Owen hopes someone will answer yet that they saw Fang on the alien spacecraft. Any additional comments can go here. Owen wants to receive an email message when the user submits the form. This form is pure 100% grade HTML. What do you think of Owen's HTML form? Can you think of any problems Owen might face when he tries to go to gather alien abduction data using this form? Go ahead, jot down your thoughts. Forms are made of HTML. Owen's report and abduction form is built entirely out of HTML text and attributes. There are text fields for most of the questions, radio buttons. To find out if his visitor saw, Fang and the text area for additional comments. And the form is set up to deliver form data to Owen's email addresses. If you need a refresh on creating HTML forms, check out chapter 14 of Head First HTML with CSS and XHTML, our last playlist. Okay, Melto is protocol that allows form data to be delivered via email. Owen will get the contents of this form sent to him at these email addresses. Change Owen's email address to yours to test out the form. This value tells the server how to send the data. It will be post or get. We'll explain the difference a bit later. Input text tells the form to expect information. The type attribute tells the form action to expect text. The submit button tells the form to execute the form action. No surprise here, the form is pure 100% HTML code. The form is bracket with open and close form text. This. Okay. Test drive. Try out the report and abduction form. Download the code to the report and abduction web page from the Head Labs website at the headfirstlabs.com books PHP. It is in a chapter 1 folder. The folder contains Owen's form in report HTML as well as style sheet, style CSS and the image of fang.jpg. Open the report HTML page in a text editor and change Owen's mail addresses to you. Then open the page in a web browser, enter some alien abduction information in the form, and then click the report abduction button, submit the form. Results in the form data getting email is sort of. The HTML form doesn't know how to actually send an email message, so it delegates the task to the user's own email program. The form data isn't sent to Owen unless the user manually sends the weird-looking email. So what do you think? Did you receive the form data as an email message in your inbox? The HTML form has a problem, and we will talk about this in the next lesson, and this is our first lesson over about PHP MySqL. Thanks for watching, subscribe to my channel, please put likes, share with friends and comment. Meditate, do exercise more often, read more book on these topics, do exercise probably in the evening, preferably in the evening, regularly. After do every your work. Drink more water. Thank you. Bye.